are listening to the Pathfinder Guru Podcast, where we help you to become a greater leader. Join us as we take the Advent message to all the world in our generation. So, are you ready to become a guru in this ministry?
Attention. Welcome to the Pathfinder Guru Podcast, and thank you very much for joining us. I hope that you're doing well and you are safe under the shadow of God's wonderful, wonderful wings. In today's episode, we are going to talk about honors, how to teach an honor. I'm only going to touch on basic levels on how you can teach the honor, things that you need to look out for that will make you a better instructor, that when you're teaching honors to your Pathfinders, they are able to enjoy it, grasp it, and generally apply it in their day-to-day life. Because once we are doing honors, they are there to help us and benefit the children who are there. Now, when we look at an honor, each honor is designed to be a course of study that introduces a particular subject. This subject should have practical value and should enhance the lifestyle of the person pursuing the honor. The honor study should assist the person in his or her development as well as a well-rounded Christian by directly affecting the social, emotional, physical, spiritual aspect of life. That's what we talk about when we talk about an honor and the goal that it has towards a Pathfinder. Now, generally, when people are doing honors, they tend to forget that it is all about equipping a person doing the honors so that he or she can become a better person by learning and becoming. So the first thing that we need to understand once we are doing the honor is that you need to know which honors are the right honors for you and where you are. I always emphasize on this one because it is very much crucial that we note that where you are. Some honors won't be relevant to you. I'm not talking about honors which are in the achievement book primarily, but I am talking about honors because we have over 400 honors, and it's very much crucial to pick the honors that speak to you and speak to where you are, addressing the issues that where you are and which can be dealt with, and you are able to do the practical of it easily. Because sometimes if you're going to choose an honor that wants you to do ice skating, for example, where you are, I'm in Africa, there is never ice. So it is going to become difficult. It is not practical. Yes, you can go to an ice skating ring, but I'm just trying to make an example on something that you need to become relevant to where you are, ensuring that children are able to enjoy those honors, doing those honors with ease, with free, and able to put the practical and the theory into one thing. So identify where you are and the things that will be needed for you to do that particular honor. That will make it much more easier for children to grasp it and able to apply it in their life and do something with that particular honor which they gain. Secondly, when you are teaching those honors, be sure to bring it home, whether it's currency, whether it's distance, how you calculate distance. For example, in America, when they are using miles, but where I am, we are using kilometers. In America, we have a currency, they're using the US dollar. This side, it is the rand, the South African rand. So you need to bring it back home so that they are able to understand what you're talking about, because some honors like drilling and marching, for example, when you look at it, it talks about right face, about face, but where I am, it's right 10, about 10. So you need to convert it to where it speaks to where you are, addressing it in the language that people are able to grasp it. Imagine if a requirement says you have to run 2 miles every day. Pathfinder will ask you, what is 2 miles? I don't know what is a mile. It does not speak to them. But when it says every day run 4 kilometers, now it speaks to them knowing that, okay, fine, this requirement wants me to run 4 kilometers for this particular week. It speaks to where they are, addressing them so that it is easier for them to do that particular honor, which makes it easier for them to do so. So when you are teaching the honor, ensure that you are bringing it down to their level in both distance, degrees, each and everything that will make it easier for them to understand. Thirdly, ensure that you are teaching the honor in a creative way. We know that when you're doing the honors and awards, there is requirement 1, which says do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Requirement 2, do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. But if you're going to teach, I always say be creative. You know what it needs for the person to accomplish that particular requirement. Do it in a creative way whereby you are integrating it in your teaching or in your presentation, so that it is not like it's a lesson which is question 1, do this, question 2, do this. No. Be creative. Teach about it. If I come here, I'm going to teach about drilling and marching. What I do it in a creative way, in a fun way, whereby I mix both theory and practicals, and also ensuring that in my presentation and how I teach, I have touched on all requirements in a fun and creative way, so that when the Pathfinder gets the answering sheet to answer based on that particular honor, he is able to remember in a fun and exciting way that, he spoke to it like this in a jokeful way, that he's able to remember and is able to teach it to other people as well, because you were doing it in a creative way. So I know others who like to follow question 1. You can follow the flow of questions, but do it in a creative way where question 1 flows easily to question 2. Unlike stopping to say, the requirement says 1, we need to do this. Number 2 in this. Be creative, so that when you're teaching, when you're presenting, it naturally flows into the next requirement. That will make sure that children are understanding and are enjoying how you are teaching the lesson. Be fun about it. Bring your own experience, bring your own testimonies as you are teaching the honor, so that you can make it real and they are able to understand it. And once they are done with that particular honor, they are able to apply it in their life. If you're talking about cooking, about baking, you tell a testimony to say, once I cooked and I burned the food. They're able to understand, even when they're doing the practicals of that honor. It is not going to be hard for them, even when they make mistakes and burn the cookies, or they burn something which they have to cook, or they make a mistake on that kite, or when they are drilling. They're able to understand that we all make mistakes, and once you are able to complete this honor, you will become a better person. There's something that you have gained from that honor, and it will teach them to make mistakes and to fix themselves, and understand that you won't get something right on the first try, on the first go. So it is very much important that how we teach the honors and awards become an impactful life, an impactful impact in that particular Pathfinder, so that when he leaves, when he puts it on the search, he's able to give a testimony to say, I remember teaching this, I remember doing it with my instructor, I remember doing it at a camporee. It was meaningful to that particular Pathfinder. So as you are thinking about how are you going to improve your next honor that you're going to teach, just take these basics as something that will guide you in improving. I know others are doing it and are doing a perfect job, but sometimes we end up losing it, or we tend to get nervous, especially when we do honors that have a lot of requirements. And maybe on our next episode, I'll talk about how to create your own honor. I know people have been texting me talking about how can we create your own honor. I'll touch on it. I wanted to touch on it in this particular episode, but I felt like it will be too long. On the next one, I'll definitely talk about what do you need in order for you to do your own honor or even awards, so that we can equip Pathfinders, we can equip leaders, master guys who want to be an impact and add to over 400 honors that we have in the honor booklet. But for now, thank you very much for joining us in this episode, and may the good Lord be with you, and the Lord loves you. Keep pushing in the ministry. I know it's hard. I know it tends to become difficult. Oh, what am I saying? But at the end of the day, when God is in the storm, He will say, peace, be still. But for now, you are dismissed.